So here's how I wrote Rocket. So it's using the distorted and heavy lead guitar. So hopefully you're going to get a few ideas from this. Firstly, I wanted this tune to be kind of like a riff-based thing, and that's great to use the heavy guitar for this. So always making sure that you have a pulse to work with. So here I have my hi-hats giving me my 4 beats to the bar. So that's always your starting point. Okay, so a good place to start is to start on the 1. Look, if I just turn that off there's the 1. And then I added in these passing chords, which this one was a D. Okay, so you hear it passing into it as I put it in. There's my D. There we go. And then I moved on to bar 2. Okay, and I used the same passing chords here. So I'm just going to play. This was done over 4 bars. So you just have to spend time. The key about using the heavy guitar is to leave space. Leave space for the chords to ring out. You don't need to put, if you put too much in there, it sounds too busy. So here's the overall riff. And then it goes back on itself. And it starts again. Okay. Now imagine I would have done this on bars 1, 2, 3 and 4. And what I would have done is once I have my riff, I would have copied it like this. But this would have been on these bars, and I would have just gone, whoops, we'll cancel that, let's do that again, a copy, OK it, and then I just go to the next set of bars and it will do all 4 bars, and then I just go paste, and that would paste all of it in. I'm not going to do it now because it's already there. And the reason why I did that is that then I'm starting to think about my arrangement of how I want my arrangement to go. Right, but before I do that, I'm going to show you how I built the tune up. Okay, 3 easy steps to creating a drum beat. Okay, bass drum on the 1, snare drums on beats 2 and 4, and there's I just added in 1 bass drum. Really simple. Look, and there's a reason why I kept it simple, because if I put the bass on now, this chord is playing what we call a root note. It's playing E all the way around, but it's playing in 8th notes. The bass is playing in 8th notes, and that gives you a movement of the bass. 8th notes is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so what you do is you keep the drums simple, and the thing that gives you the movement is the bass. If you had the bass drums too busy, it would just sound a bit of a mess. Okay, and I use that same idea on all the bars. Look, so if I just click over here, it moves over to D, so it's D, 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 D all the way around, then D, 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 it stays on a D, and then I have a little passing chord here, and then back to E, 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 and starts again. Okay, so that's what I did for the drums. Listen to it. Okay, so once I had that, that's when I did all the copying, and what I did is I did it over these 8 bars, and then I thought about arranging my music. And this is how I did it. It's a really simple arrangement. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an intro. And my intro was with the riff, which is a very AC/DC sort of thing to do. Okay, so look, let's take a listen. Let's turn these bars on. So bar 1, bar 2, just hi-hats. Then we're in. Right. Pause. Now, there's something coming up here which is really important to have a look at, and this is a device called a drum roll. It's a drum fill that will take us into a new section which we're going to call section A. And there's my drum roll. So you'll find that in the very first rhythm lesson in No Generator, lesson 1. So the reason why is because we're going to roll in to section A, which has we introduce new elements. Okay, and take a listen so you get this. There you go. And that new element is, using my distorted guitar, is a melody line. Okay, so you can see just my guitar's up here, and again, when you create a melody line, you just have to spend time with it, and I would have turned bars on and off to make it work. Okay, so let's just take a listen to the guitar on its own. Okay, so once I had that, I would have copied that all over to bar 13 to 16. But let's just have a look at a little device here that I've done. With rock music, using your toms is a great fun thing to do. And I've got a crash playing on beat 1. Okay, so listen to the effect of using your toms on bar 12. Okay, so use your toms. You almost use it at the end of a full stop. It almost lets you know you're moving into another section. Okay, then on this section I think we just changed the melody line just a little bit. Let's take a listen. Right. Yeah, just develop the melody line. So let's just go back just quickly. I've just developed my melody line a little bit. Okay, and then at the end, to end the song, I end on a big crash on the 1, okay, which is very dramatic and very impactful. Okay, sometimes you can take stuff out over a number of bars, but for this thing, it's like an abrupt end. Just look at that. So literally, you get this bar on the 1. Okay, so that's our very short composition, but this is the sort of thing that I imagined the sections A being something that you'd sing over, so let's just go for the arrangement. So here we go, the riff intro. Just hi-hats. And we're in. The bass playing 8th notes, giving us information. I can imagine the singing something like yeah, gotta get down, yeah. This would be you'd be singing some sort of rock line over that. And then coming to the end, we're just developing that melody line, and then we're going to end with an abrupt on the 1. Then we're back to the beginning again. So this is a very simple idea that you could extend upon if you wanted to, and like I say, write lyrics to. But those techniques of using drum rolls and being quite minimal with your riffs is a really important thing, and also knowing how to do the 3 easy steps to creating a drum beat.